Alright, in today's video we're going to try to cover how to change the rear differential fluid in a Mazda CX-30. This is a 2020 Mazda CX-30. This may also apply to the Mazda 3 all-wheel drives because they're based on the same platform. Before you start, what are you going to need? You're going to need the OEM gear oil. It is pricey, but it holds very little. It only holds about only 12 ounces of fluid. So 1 quart bottle is more than sufficient. And I'll have a link in the description to buy it. But you're going to look at, based on including the shipping, taxes, and the stuff, expect about 30 to 40 bucks. You could try your local dealership. But I heard of people also paying like $40 just for that. Versus online, you get like 25 and you got to pay for shipping and stuff. You're going to need a 24 millimeter socket or wrench. So it's a 24 millimeter nut. So, make sure you have a 24 millimeter. I am doing this on level ground. Car is, sitting on its tires. I want to show you could do it without jack stands. Maybe all you have is ramps for changing your oil. If you do put it on jack stands, it does need to be on all forks. It does need to be level because we're going to fill it to its spill. So we want to fill it to the full level. So we need to make sure the car is level to be able to do that. So first thing, you see you got your two nuts. Your top one is your fill nut and your bottom is your drain nut. And quick tip, anytime you're working on any type of fluid that has both a fill and a drain, always break loose your fill first to make sure you can remove your fill plug before you remove the drain plug. Just always do that. Get in the habit of that so you never end up in a situation where you drain your fluids and you realize your fill plug is stuck, because there's no need to cause yourself stress. Now, I already broke these loose to speed up the video. There is a washer on here, so don't lose that. So I'm pulling my fill plug completely out. And I said there's a washer on there, a little crush washer. You can replace this if you want. I normally never do, and I've never had an issue with fluid leaking. But while you're ordering your fluid from a website, you could try to order the crush washer if you would like. But just make sure, regardless, you do have a washer there, because it helps seal it. So that's out. And now I'll pull the drain plug. Same thing. Fluid's not terrible looking. The car says it's a 2020 model. It has about 35,000 miles on it. My mom and dad drive this car, so I'm not driving it. So it means drive pretty gentle. So we're just going to let that drain for a bit, and then I'll show you guys the next step. So we've let that fluid just drain for a few minutes. Like I said, it holds very little fluid, like maybe 12 ounces. There's a pretty obvious difference between the fill and the drain plug. The drain plug does have a magnet on it to help grab some of those metal shavings and stuff. So before you put it back in there, do clean that off and get all that gunk off, so it's nice and clean, putting it back in your differential so it can go and grab that material, that metal material that breaks down efficiently. Just want to show so no one makes any mistakes. This is the drain plug. As you can see, I've cleaned it off. There is a magnet in there for it to grab material. And this is the fill plug. No magnet. And of course, I had the yellow paint up. Yours may not have that, but no magnet versus magnet. So just make sure y'all put them in the correct holes. All right, now we're just going to pump the fluid in it with a little bottle adapter. These are very cheap, less than $10. A little fluid pump. You can get them at AutoZone, Advanced Auto Parts, Amazon, eBay, Walmart.com. Fluid transfer pumps. It does come with a little nozzle like this. I don't really think you could get in there and squeeze it in there. So we're just going to pump this fluid in, and have the pan under it because, once again, we want it level, because with differentials that have fill plugs like this, we fill to it spills. And I got a hose in there, so we're just going to go until fluid starts coming out the starts running down. Alright, so we filled it till it spills. You can see it's about wanting to drip. You just want it to get like a little stream or drip till it's full. Like I said, it holds about 12 ounces. And based on the bottle, so the bottle actually has a little gauge on the side. So a 32-ounce bottle, a quart's 32 ounces. And we're actually probably held a little bit more. Probably held, of course, this tube holds some as well. So I'd say we're pretty much spot on. Maybe a few more ounces than 12 ounces. And if you want to clear your tube out, because this fluid will want to stay in this tube, you don't want to waste it, just loosen it up, put the hose in the bottle, and you make sure this is lifted up so you're not, sucking fluid out the bottle, and just push it back in there. And then put the little cap that it came with back on your bottle, and you can use this for your transfer case, which it will be a different video for a different day one day. Maybe. So now we're just going to put our plug back. Like I said, 24mm socket. I try to do my best to try to find like some actual verified torque specs. I could not. I know everyone's not going to have a torque wrench anyway. So, snug it down. I did ask ChatGPT specifically the year and everything, and it recommended 36 to 48 foot-pounds. Doesn't sound too terrible to me. Most drain plugs for just like a little oil drain plug is around like 25-ish foot-pounds, and they're definitely not 24mm. So I'd be comfortable putting on a torque wrench 30, 35 foot-pounds. Just like I said, just make sure that washer's there. And, like I said, it's definitely full because we're dripping. Some of the bigger holes of older differentials, you used to be able to stick your pinky in there to see the fluid level. On this one, that's definitely a no-go. It's too small. So I'm just going to put this plug back and snug it down. So I snugged it down and set my torque wrench at 35 foot-pounds, and it felt different. It felt good. So everything's tight down. The job is now finished. Very easy peasy. For the love of God, don't pay anyone to have this done. This is a ridiculously easy service. After you get everything tightened down, take some pride in your work. Take a can of carburetor cleaner, any type of parts cleaner, even some soap, and just clean the back of this differential, because obviously some fluid spilled out. So I'm just gonna clean it off, and that way you won't have one of these cars. Like I said, this is already 4 years old, 35,000 miles on it. It looks pretty clean. You won't have one of these cars that's, the oil's on there and it picks up a whole bunch of dirt and road grime. Keep everything looking presentable and clean. It makes working on stuff not only easier, but also less frustrating when you have a clean environment to work in. Anyway, guys, I hope this helps somebody out with the Mazda CX-30 or the Mazda 3. I will have links and descriptions to the fluid. I always try to do that for people, as well as a fluid differential pump, or just a fluid transfer pump to help y'all out. So I'll have those in the link in the description of the video. And until next time, guys, I hope y'all have a great day.